good with y'all? It's C-Mac and I am back for another video. Today we are going to be making a simple, easy sweatshirt, and I want to show you guys how to do that. So if you guys are like kind of new getting into, you know, kind of Cricut making, sweatshirt making, or any type of that, this is a good video for you guys to kind of watch step by step on how I make my hoodies or custom make a hoodie using my Cricut machine, my heat press, vinyl, iron-on vinyl, and heat transfer sheets, so a picture on the hoodie as well. So let's just get straight into it. I'm going to show you guys everything that I use and steps by step of how I do everything. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go. So starting off, I wanted to show you guys all the materials that I use. So I got some regular iron-on vinyl from Walmart. You can also get it at your local craft store. So I'll be using that. Heat transfer sheets you can also get at Walmart. This specific brand I did get it on Amazon, and this is actually my first time ever using this brand. Had some really good reviews and comments on it, so I wanted to give it a try. I used a cutting mat. I need to clean mine or get a new one. I used a cutting mat for my Cricut machines, so when I sent it to my Cricut machine, I got it cut out on this mat. And then I have my Cricut Air Explorer 2. And then I did use the software on my laptop, Cricut Design Space. If you guys don't have a laptop, you can also use Cricut Design Space on your phone. So those are the main things. Also, I'm going to be using a hoodie. This case, I am using a white hoodie. My Cricut heat press I am going to be using. I'm also going to be using a weeding tool. So something that looks like this to weed out my stuff here on my vinyl. I believe that's all the materials. So our first step is to go into Cricut Design Space, create our image, you know, use the lettering, wording, whatever you want to do. You want to create that in Cricut Design Space, send it to your Cricut to be cut out onto your vinyl. And then for your pictures, if you're putting pictures on your hoodie, use heat transfer paper on a regular inkjet printer, which is what I already did. So I have my images here for that. And then now I'm going to just kind of preheat my heat press and start weeding out my iron-on. Now, as far as setting your heat press up, you want to make sure you are reading the directions on the back of your heat transfer paper as well as your iron-on vinyl. Mine, it calls for 320, so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to come down here, set my heat to 320. And then just let that start, and it is 10 to 15 seconds. I currently have it on 14 seconds for whatever reason, so I'm just gonna leave that. And then I can set that to the side, let that start warming up. Now I'm gonna go over to my vinyl and cut out any excess vinyl I can kind of save and use for later, and then start weeding. Using my weeding tool, I'll take that and start weeding out the vinyl. Now that I got majority of my vinyl all kind of weeded out, I do need to go in and start removing all of the inside cutouts. So like on the E's, the R's, those types of letters, I need to go in and clean up. So we turn it around and we should have our images, our wording that we want. Now what we are going to do is cut each one of these out because they're not just going to go on the hoodie like that. Now if it was going to go on the hoodie, just as you please, you do not need to cut out. But all of this is going into different sections of the hoodie. So I need to cut these out. Now to press the hoodie, I am going to use a towel. I used to have a heat press mat, but I think I threw it away or something. I'm not 100% sure. It's been missing for a couple of months, and every single time I go to the store, I never think of to get a heat press mat. But I would definitely recommend using a heat press mat, but if you don't have one, You can use a towel, an iron board, whatever you have, and it will work fine. So I'm just gonna lay my towel flat on the table. Same thing with my hoodie. I'm gonna lay that flat I'm gonna start with the front. So I'm gonna lay that flat here. And then I'm just gonna put the heat press onto the hoodie. This just releases any, or gets rid of any moisture that might be in the fabric. Doing this allows your vinyl and your heat transfer sheets to kind of stick onto the fabric a little bit better. Now that we have that all heat pressed, good, nice and straight, we are going to start laying our image down. So before we press anything, we can just lay the image on the hoodie the way we want it to be. So the way I center it is just folding my image in half and placing that directly in the middle. So I want my front image to look something like this. So now all I'm going to do is heat press. I am going to start by heat pressing the image first, making sure that it's nice and centered, exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to go in and heat press the vinyl. So to heat press the image, all I need to do is take off the backing. Just take that off, get it nice and centered. Then we can remove our vinyl. We are going to need, now the heat transfer sheet should come with almost like a wax sheet. I'm not exactly sure what they call it, like maybe like a Teflon sheet or something. All you do is place that on top of the image. Just double check before you heat press. Take your heat press, press it on, start the timer. This one only calls for medium pressure, so I don't need to press down too hard, but enough pressure where it is making the image adhere to the sweatshirt. And then carefully just roll that up. So boom, we have our image on our sweatshirts. You know, kind of carefully, it is still very hot, but make sure that it's not coming up on any of the sides. It's all flat. Then we can go in with our vinyls. And I'm gonna kind of cut this so it's not laying on our image. Just because sometimes the plastic tends to stick onto that heat transfer and leaves like a gooey stuff that we don't want on there. So I just like to kind of cut that out, make it a little bit smaller so it's not on our image. Again, cover our image, and we're just gonna do the same exact thing. Heat press that down, and depending on the type of iron-on that you have, it might be a cold peel, meaning that we need to have that cool down before you actually peel that plastic back. Some of them require a warm peel, so you make sure you read your instructions that come with whatever heat iron-on that you are using. In my case, it is a cold peel or a warm peel. So while that's drying, I'm going to come down here, do the same exact thing down here. Slowly peel this back just in case any of the letters lift. And if they do lift, just take your heat press and press on those letters. So boom. I like to gently just tap those. Boom, so there is our front piece. Now we're gonna go turn it around to the back and do the same exact thing to the back. And boom, just like that, you got your hoodie. I am not done here. They also want something on the hood here. Same exact process. Try to lay that hood as flat as you can, and we're gonna iron that down. Now, just like that, we got the final product. So we got the back. Again, always spot check, make sure nothing is lifting. The front, and then the hood. Let me know what you guys think. Did I explain that well enough for you? Did I miss any steps? Do you guys want to see something over? Please let me know down in the comment section below. As always, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and your family, and stay positive. And you know, I'll be back for more videos. Bye.
Get out your feelings and get it yourself. Might got the same shoes, but you ain't gon' step. That shit that you just put out, you could've kept.